Okay, take it over.
All right. Good afternoon or good evening. It's a morning over here, so welcome everyone. Thank you for joining today. My name is Chinyere Ezebo. I am a project manager. I'm a senior project manager, certified PMP, and I've been working as a senior project manager since 2017. And for during the duration of that time, I have obtained my PMP working in the healthcare sector. I also work in the governmental sector and nonprofits, and also in engineering and construction and parks and recreation. And today I want to share practical insights on that will help you to get some insights on strategies in order to diverse into this sector. And I really think, and I'm very excited that you guys joined and want to learn more about this journey and take the next step with Glitec. Um, so thank you for having me. And so here I have my PowerPoint. I just want to make sure, doing a tech check. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right. You can always put a reaction in the chat. I'm very, as you can see, in project management is very tech dependent. Okay. So our agenda here is a roadmap for the purpose of this presentation. We want to discuss um, the guidance of um, the guidance of engineering and ITC professionals through certification, and also give you a roadmap for your career advancement. In this section, we want to emphasize Glitec and Glitcast as empowering us as Black professionals in this realm. And I want to emphasize PMP certification, because PMP certification is not just a certification, it's actually a global certified accreditation. So it doesn't mean that you just can work in Nigeria, you can work in anywhere on the globe. And people don't kind of understand that the market is really open. So if you have a project in China, or you want to bring something innovative to our village, you can reach out to those individuals having this type of certification. It is globally recognized. This PowerPoint presentation will be only 20 minutes in this session, and I will talk a little bit about the exams and strategies. All right. So here is our agenda. I do want to let you know, in this section, we'll talk about impacts. We'll also cover um, some knowledge areas, especially for that is pertaining to the PMP exam and eligibility, what it would take to actually apply, and how Glitec kind of marriages and able to get you to that point in your certification. You will have to maintain your certification after you do get it. And so we'll talk about that in this section. And we'll look at the actionable insights on practical guidance as a professional as you're aiming to achieve your PMPA certification. So taking the very first step of being with Glitec and engineering and ITC is very important, because they rely heavily on project managers. So why is PMP important and why does it matter? So we'll look at that. The importance of PMP certification is, again, like I said, PMP is a certification that is internationally known. It is recognized and it emphasizes credibility as a professional managing complex projects. And in the engineering realm, that's anywhere from construction to even software that is to help with the construction. These are complicated matters, and they require that sometimes these things work simultaneously. Sometimes they have to work individually. But PMP gives you well, it starts you off in PMBOK and gives you all the different methodologies and efficiencies that you will be able to mitigate problems. You are a problem solver. You are a resource. You're someone who provides resources, or the bridge to resources in projects. The PMP certification will help You and your team align all of your executions and strategies and your deliverables. You will also be able to organize things objectively and be able to be a conflict resolution manager. Earning the PMP will actually help you to to for not only open the doors for leadership, like I say, connections across the globe, but it also helps you in the opportunities in your engineering and ITC field with Glitec. So PMI has a framework. And so Glitec really helps to bridge that framework with and help you to get towards that exam by accomplishing and exposing you to having the experience and having those experience in those different knowledge areas. So there are knowledge areas that you would need to learn in PMP and PMI requires. There are 10 knowledge areas, which are, and five of those processes begin with initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and closing out the project. And in between those, you integrate those knowledge areas with resources and also communication management. And so the life cycle of your project, you will be able to process all of these groups that which also gives you it gives you the whole picture and the life cycle of the project so that as an engineer, you're able to put and integrate all of these resources. And these are the things that you'll be tested on in your PMP. And PMI requires that you have 35 contact hours. So being in Glitec will give you those 35 hours that will qualify for you to sit for your exam. Are there any questions so far? So you're building on a scope for integration and quality and resources and risk management and procurement as well. And additionally, you're also defining through those different core areas, you're defining the different groups of how to initiate it, how to plan it, how to control it, how to use the elements of managing and actually using as a PMI manager, it's not you doing the work, but you're actually managing those to actually get the work executed and done. There are requirements for the exam. And like I said, it does have domains, and we just discussed those different domains. Those domains are actually divided up into 35 processes. For each one of those domains, you will have to go through the integrated process. So in the process breakdown in the PMI exam, you would have to divide it from people. You would have to manage the process. You would have to manage the business environment of your as an engineer, an engineer tech. You would also have to manage the domains that way, like I was saying, there was a risk, there's different components. And each one of these components makes you a successful project manager. And so when you approach the exam, you look at it from either a predictive or an agile process or a hybrid project, which means you either take things step by step, or you either take things at the same time with different steps going on at the same time, or you have a hybrid project. You might have to stay step by step here, and then you may have to go simultaneously in the middle, and then maybe have to finish out at a different pace. But all the more it's important to understand what domain you're working in, and also that you're able to apply that knowledge base, and Glitec will be able to give you that bridge to be able to show you how that works. Here are the eligibility requirements. So, like I said, candidates must, again, to understand the background of PMI, there are many project management different certifications, but PMI is a globally accepted certification. That is the highest. That is the only one here in America. If you're not PMP certified when you're working on a project, they do not pay you the same. They do not recognize it the same. This is the only one that is well respected. And there are other project management certifications, like you might have a green belt, but this particular one qualifies for you to work across the globe. So that's what GAC means, globally accredited. It's actually a degree. So for this degree, like I said, it requires that you have 24 to 60 months of experience. Being in Glitec will give you that opportunity to qualify it as a project that you can sit for the exam. Formal education, if you have formal education, you can have 35 contact hours, but it would not be considered a PMP. It would be the step below, which would be a CMP, which you can still have the exam and still be able to sit for the PMP once you have completed an additional 60 months. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. So I'm going to kind of go through the application process a little bit. The application process is it's not that tedious, but again, you have to be able to identify these knowledge areas when you do apply. And in order to have that experience, you would have to go through those contact hours and be able to speak on those knowledge areas that I had stated before. And so Glitec will be able to guide you through that. And so the application would have to go through the PMI organization, which is pmi.org, and they would then submitting the education and the experience details will actually are verified. So they would actually verify with Glitec that you are actually enrolled, that you actually completed those projects that you said you completed. And then after 5 days of research from PMI, then they will give you whether they approve for you to sit or not for the exam. So this is where Glitec comes and supports. We are mentorship. We're able to train you for those 35 or 60 hours contact resources. And specifically, it's designed for engineering ITC. So when you are applying for the PMP exam, there are different certifications that are tailored to the different disciplines, such as engineering, such as healthcare, such as AI, which is now a big thing. So preparations for this program, we are able to give you guidance as candidates, give you guidance as what your eligibility is, and your preparation, and be able to access the materials and give you a smooth application experience, because this again is a globally recognized certification. So, how do you prepare for this type of strategy in your career? The best method that PMI recommends is the PMI PEDBOK. And again, Glitec will be able to help with that guidance. This is provided by the organization once you sign up for the exam and it's approved. And of course, joining the groups and mentorships, which we will be able to provide as Glitec, being able to show you the different knowledge areas as you're practicing your engineering project management, you're able to share that knowledge and guidance. Taking mock exams will be provided at the PMI level, and then also having time management and consistency with the habits. So studying, being able to practice your agile practicums here with Glitec, being able to participate in the mock and the different facets of project management, building on those management skills and mastering that will help you master your exam. Exam day will give you a whole bunch of impact, where you just to kind of understand how this exam is very tedious here in the United States. About only 60% of the individuals who take this exam actually pass it, but you will have a success pass rate if you're able to practice what you apply. And it's 180 questions. It is 230 minutes, and there's only 2 10-minute breaks in between. So it's like an all-day exam. And they test you on the different conditions of project management. Those project knowledge areas that I explicitly said before, which the It is a timed exam, so you don't have all day to take the exam. You do have to answer a certain amount of questions in an amount of time. And so, in order for you to do that with ease, you need to be able to apply what you know and the things that you have learned in Glitec. You should be able to be on the exam and said, "This is something that happened. This is something that happened," and you go on. It's basically having less than a minute a question to be able to pass this exam. So once you get your certification, um, maintaining your certification will be a must. It's not something that you just get it, set it, and forget it. You will have to have additional training, which will be about 60 learning units. You'll continue doing project management learning on engineering. You will continue to do project management learning on different areas of project management. And this requires that you do about 60 units for every 3 years. And some of the opportunities that you're able to do too is to bring those projects that are into your own town or to your own place and be able to use that as a platform, as a resource. And Glitec will be able to help you to do those professional networkings and to be able to maintain those certifications and keep those networkings. So this is a call to action for your professional growth and to sign up with Glitec and Glitec and to continue with a PMP journey. I encourage everyone. It's been an awesome a journey for myself because me having have worked in different sectors, I'm able to pull all of my knowledge and resources into the different sectors, which makes me a valuable commodity. So right now I actually lead all of the region of Maryland in the hospitals. I work with the Department of Health. I work with all of the CEOs and CFOs, and I bring the projects to life in order to get them done. And I mix it in with technology. I mix it in with some of the things that I learned from Parks and Recreation. I bring in the health team. So you just continue to learn and you continue to build on that. And that's what Glitec will give you as a step moving forward.
Mm.
And thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chair Ezebo. Thank you for joining us today. So, do we have any questions before we move to the next segment? If you have any question that you need clarification, um, she's still here with us. If not, we're going to move to the next segment. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Chair Ezebo, for that wonderful presentation. Okay, thank you so much for that. Okay, God bless. Okay, thank you so much from Peace Holly. Now, now, so I want to let us know that what Glitec is doing is to change the dynamics of learning in Nigeria. And we hold our pioneer team so close to our heart that we are doing everything to bring professionals all over the world, from United States, from India, from uh, even in Nigeria, professionals in Nigeria also that are local. We are doing our best to engage them to really train you with world-class equipment and serene environment so that you do not have anything to say you cannot learn. So you're going to be taught by professionals. You're going to be taught with the latest equipment that is used both in the United States and other developed countries. We're bringing them home right there in Nigeria. So your own duty is to be diligent, stay with us, and then send this message to your friends and families. Anyone who is interested and who is eager to learn, to change career or to develop in their career path, Glitec is the way to go. Come January 2026, we are opening up courses like web design, PV installation, solar PV installation, auto mechanics. And this program is going to run for 12 to 13 weeks. In May, we're bringing up project management and database management and other programs as we go along. We'll be discussing with the professionals to they will tell us what they need in terms of the simulation that we need to put in place. That is the area that Glitec becomes like a platform where we set up this simulation to mimic the same kind of equipment that they use overseas. So this is where we are different. So stay with us. Always join us on Saturdays. Uh, when we bring in professionals to speak because it's going to help you. You have ability to network and to ask questions and see get your answers in real time, speaking with the professionals as well. Then join us in our Facebook, share, like our YouTube, TikTok. At least that's the least you can do. Make sure you share our videos and make it go viral so that other people will actually know what we are doing. We are going to expand and we're going to expand quickly. So we're not only training our students, we are also engaging them. So we have other preparation to engage them when they graduate and they are successful. And also, don't forget, we also give scholarship. So that is another distinct area that we are doing, what we're doing to help our people over there. So, do you have any questions? Because I'm going to call it a day for today. If anybody has any questions, please, you have an opportunity now to ask any questions and we'll be able to answer it, whether it's admission. Currently, a lot of people have received their admission letter. Some have signed. So admission letter comes to your email directly from Bold Sign. It's an e-signature that we are using for you to sign your admission letter. As soon as you receive your admission letter, please sign your admission letter and pay 10,000 for acceptance fee. As soon as you pay the 10,000 acceptance fee, ensure that you have all your scholarship required documents and send them to the email admissions@glitecast.com. Send it from next week. Award of scholarship will start going out. Remember, our award is supported by Rise Down Talents. Rise Down Talent is a nonprofit here in the United States, and they are processing your admission, your scholarship application. And from next week, they will start releasing them. If you have not accepted your offer letter for admission, please go to your email, check where they said bold sign, click on it. It will guide you where you're going to make your e-signature. Then pay your acceptance fee of 10,000. Ensure your scholarship requirements are submitted to admissions@glitecast.com and pray and hope for the better. As soon as they come next week, everybody will start receiving it. Thank you so much. Is there any questions? Let me see, test here. Okay, somebody's asking, is the project management, is it for us, the section? So project management is a program of its own. So we will introduce it come May 2026. So if you are interested in project management certification or training, May 2026, you should be able to apply for project management training. I can do the application on our website, or you can submit your application directly at the office. Okay, another question here. Project management is applied across all sections. Okay, good. That's a response. Good response. Okay, if there's no other questions, then I want to thank Chinye Ezigbo for being with us today. And I want to thank the Glitec family and all our fans on social media. I want to thank you all for supporting what we do. And I will see you all next Saturday. Thank you and bye for now.